Sofon shugaban kasa John Mahama ya gwara kamar shi maluma ne ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne iyi tuba ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne iyi tuba ko ba haka ba sai mu duka mun yi fatiha mu bashi sai iyi tuban na ba haka ba Malam John.
And I quote, I was glad when he said unto me, let's go to the house of the Lord.
No problem.
But most important, that most people don't focus on, most important is that we all believe that before the end of the world, Jesus Christ would come back to earth and save the world from the Antichrist.
Wabua pano de krama ho brase aya so pe Christopher asem ene no gina so dawe ni nyina he wabua wonim de waye.
So you see, he actually is putting this video, okay? He's actually emerging this video on the public screen just to let you know for sure that he's committing what is called Taqiyya. Once again, beloved, I greet you and I welcome you to u.s.a Media. My name is Boache Stephen, and you know for sure that whenever I get in my city, we dismantling those several assertions that have been made against Christianity since time immemorial. Well, beloved, I always tell you that on this show we present reasonable polemics against authentic historic Islam, and we create the awareness that in Jesus Christ descended purposely for man's redemption. Well, people actually try their possible best to hide themselves or feign themselves and all that. We get to me. Yeah, they try sometimes to feign themselves or disguise themselves so as to hide their true identity from people, so as to gain some favor from them. I'll be get to me. But sometimes people also does that just to be able to get hold of some people in order to put them in trouble or something like that. Okay, some people do pretend as if they love you, but they doesn't love you. They are backstabbers and backbiters and all that. We get to me. There's something like that in Islam. Okay, there is something like that in Islam. Well, it is called Taqiyya, al-Taqiyya. Do you understand? And I know you know why I am talking. I'm talking about this. Seriously, His Excellency, the Vice President of Ghana, the 5th Vice President of Ghana, that is Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. I'll be getting him. He's a typical Muslim. Okay, he's a typical Muslim, and I'm not actually doing or clinging to any tribalism over here. I'm not clinging to anything like that, but rather I am trying to tell you what actually is in Islam. Do you understand? If a person is a Muslim, that person should show themselves up as Muslims, and they should go by the actual beliefs of Islam. Do you understand? They shouldn't pretend. Do you understand? Because in Islam, you have to pretend sometimes so as to gain some authorities or gain some powers or something like that. And when you are, the moment you are done grabbing at that kind of power, then you show to the people that indeed you feign yourself or you disguise yourself for that. I'll be get to me. It was a camouflage. Okay, well, quick break and we are returning. I think I saw this video on online, and seriously, it talks much about what actually Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency, the Vice President, actually is doing. Okay, according to this video, he's committing what is called Taqiyya. He's disguising himself as if he loves Christians, but his religion doesn't allow him to do that. But he wants some votes. That's the exact reason he's doing what he's doing. Quick break and we are returning. Well, beloved, once again, I welcome you and greetings to you, Mr. COD of u.s.a. May God richly bless you. You help a lot in promoting this program. And Brother Peter of u.s.a. May God richly bless you. You help us in sharing this program. And also Mr. Daniel Dankwa Shenshen of Palermo. Church of Christ Italy, may God richly heal you. And you told me you've been admitted in the hospital. May God richly heal you. I know for sure God is your carer, and surely He's going to see you out. I'll be get to me. And also Mr. Williams, pastor of Palermo Church of Christ Italy, may God richly bless you. You help us in sharing and watching this program. Make sure to drop your comments under the comment section for us, and also let's see your subscriptions also over there, your likes as well. And Uncle Sam of Toronto, Canada, may God richly heal you. Mama Esther, may God richly bless you for helping us in sharing the program. Well, quickly, shall we go to the video? I'll begin the first portion or the first section of the video. Seriously, the underground voice, okay, the voice under this video is actually something else. I don't know the person who actually did this video, but I think there is something political in this video. That isn't what actually I'm focusing on. My focus isn't on the political aspect of this video, but rather my focus is on the idea that the Muslim is trying to disguise themselves, or because they are committing what is called Taqiyya. And I'll give you some brief history of Taqiyya in the Quran. Quick, let's watch first portion of this video and return.
MPP ba mu ye ena yenya no muslimi fo di wonjuma kese bi na nam se na dwuma de ni esron kunti no wato wonsa from ampanyin dada V.Prez.Mahama, His Excellency se won fa na ni onyame ta echi dwuma de na se no mampanya be de echi Bawumia so wo bio wo ma ne kwan se wo meje microphone kasa wanya asem papa bi ankasa wo betwetwe V.Prez.Mahama se enkramofo na enyo mu program na Kristo ni de wo peden wo ho tumi a wo penti no pese otuba ana wale ne ho betwitwe ma na no kan ne hausa kasa yenkonkoti
yo nazo tarunga sofon shugaban kasa John Mahama ya gora kamar shi maluma ne ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne yi tuba ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne yi tuba ko ba haka ba sai mu duka mun yi fatiha mu bashi sai yi tuban na ba haka ba Malam John.
So I think he's making fun on, I think, is it Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and that isn't my focus. I'll be getting with me. That isn't my focus. Whatever you're going to see in this video, I'm not in support of whatever is happening in this video or whatever you're hearing in this video. Okay, my focus is the Taqiyya. Some Muslims do commit all because they want some power or something like that. That is exactly what's my focus. I'll be getting with me. You have to show yourself to be this or that, or you don't have to conceal your real character or your real behavior or your true identity. That is called incognito. I'll be getting with me. And the incognito is what actually I'm trying to identify over here. I'm not in support of whatever mockery that is going on in this video. I'll be get to, but rather the Taqiyya is my focus. So don't get me wrong over here. So you see, according to this video, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency the Vice President, actually went to a Presbyterian church in the auditorium. He was actually saying that we all believe, the Muslims all believe for sure that indeed Jesus Christ is the Savior and is actually going to return back to earth and is going to judge everybody. So that's exactly what he said, and everybody actually said that he was committing what is called Taqiyya because he won the vote of Christians. I'll be get to him. That's exactly what people say, and I think myself, I had a program run on that assertion over here, and I told you to be very careful. Okay, when people want power, they do everything possible so as to attain or secure power. Do you understand? Because it has been happening to a lot of countries, more especially northern part of Nigeria. I'll be get what is happening there is something else. I'll be get it blows up mind. Suicide bombings and subway bombings are actually going on over there. Why? Because the Christians over there were very, very much reluctant and they were deceived into believing that these ones were actually in love with them and all that, and they were never going to introduce the Sharia or something like that. But the Sharia has been introduced in the country. We know for sure Ghana, something like that isn't going to happen. Though that's exactly what people say. They say that Ghana is a Christian country and thus no Muslim is ever going to be able to blot out of the great law of the country or the constitution of the country. But I think anything can happen, or we get to anything at all can happen. And I don't want to create something fancy. I don't want to create or cling to any logical fallacy over here. A logical fallacy called what is it? I've forgotten the name, but I think I don't want to create anything over here fancy. There's something going to happen, and I pray nothing like that happens. But we have to be very careful. Let me get to me. Well, that is the first section of the video. Let's watch the second section.
Yo, nazo tarunga Sofon shugaban kasa John Mahama ya gwara kamar shi maluma ne ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne iyi tuba ko ba haka ba abinda ya sora ne iyi tuba ko ba haka ba sai mu duka mun yi fatiya mu bashi sai iyi tuban na ba haka ba Malam John.
So he says, after NPP won the seat, okay, they came about some party. They were partying. Yeah, well, at the program, okay, the ex-president of Ghana, His Excellency, the former president, John Dramani Mahama. Okay, John Dramani Mahama. Seriously, he had a talk over there. And when he was done with the talk, Dr. Lahaji Mahmoud Bawumia also took the microphone and he was laying down some mockery on him. Okay, he was throwing some mockery at him. He was actually acting over there fancy. His Excellency, the former president, Mahama, John Dramani Mahama, was actually acting fancy. He was a Muslim. Okay, he was telling him, Masa, you are a Christian, go your way, and we are Muslims and we're going by our way and all that. So there he actually proved to everyone that he's a Muslim, and thus if you are a Muslim, I think you have nothing to do with Christians. I think according to the reaction under this video, that's exactly what he said. I'll be get to him, and I did not understand the Hausa, so he understands the Hausa, and he's explaining what actually he says. So if he's lying, then I'm lying over here. I'm going by his interpretation. Or I'll be get to him. Well, let's go to the next session and we drop it.
Ewiase de adubia begu bia no anu betwa wa hu saba Bawumia keka ansem nyina kire John Mahama no enne wono nso petumi nti wonenam nsore dem na woni se wo ka ne kwa ena akwa aba abesie no enka boni be na wom se muslimi fo adi dwuma no mbeto mo nsa afre Kristo ni se bra beka ye ho fitete kwa me bota peso a Kristo fo ne muslimi fo e ti asundiem nipa we wi anu ase twa no abeka kiro se wono de oyobi obetimi aka nipa abom obi obetimi aka nipa abom se no kasa ena wo kwa asore Dr. Bawumia ye hoahua wo so monhwe.
As the psalmist says in Psalm 122 verse 1.
Continue.
And I quote, I was glad when he said unto me, let's go to the house of the Lord.
No problem.
But most important, that most people don't focus on, most important, is that we all believe that before the end of the world, Jesus Christ would come back to earth and save the world from the Antichrist. We all believe that.
You are a big liar.
And so, if you are a Muslim and you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you cannot be a true Muslim. We all believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior and He will come back and save the world. We all believe.
Afemo hu asemo amaka se Dr. Bawumia no na adani atro ne ntekese na do so do won ho mo hu se nya ntro na media wo boa pa no de krama ho brase aya aso pe Christopher asem ene no gina so dawe ni nyina he wo boa wonim de wo ye.
So you see, he actually is putting this video, okay? He's actually emerging this video on the public screen just to let you know for sure that he's committing what is called Taqiyya. I'll be getting he's committing what is called Taqiyya. So comparing what he said over there in Hausa, okay, telling the Christians or telling His Excellency, the former president, that he wasn't a Muslim and that he had to watch his words, or he was going to be a Malam or something like that, or something. He wasn't one of them. That's exactly what he was trying to say. And in the auditorium of the church, you see, in the auditorium of auditorium of the Presbyterian Church. He was actually saying something else over there. He was speaking as if he was in support of the Christian belief that Jesus Christ is a savior, and surely he's going to descend again to earth, and he's going to judge everybody. I'll be get to him. So that's exactly what he said. He said we all believe this. So I think he's committing what is called Taqiyya. So comparing his action, his older action to his current action, or his older action to his latter action, we get to know that no, he's committing something called Taqiyya. He doesn't really mean what he's doing. Okay, if you want to know something about what's termed as Taqiyya in Islam, I'm actually going to give you a verse in the Quran that actually explains what he's doing to you. That is Surah Al-Imran, ayah 28. That's Quran chapter 3 verse 28. When you read Quran chapter 3 verse number 28, it gives you technical meaning of the term Taqiyya. Okay, the term Taqiyya. Okay, so they say that the term Taqiyya is thought to be derived from the Quranic reference to religious dissimulation in Surah 3 ayah 28, and I'm going to read it to your hearing. That is, believers should not take disbelievers as guardians instead of the believers. You get that? So you shouldn't take disbelievers as guardians instead of the believers, meaning you have to do it because you're doing it to benefit Islam. So if it should be like you have to do something for Christians, or we get to it, like perhaps you are digging up some wells for some Christian community, or perhaps you are doing some charitable deed to Christians and all that. You shouldn't do it because you're doing it. You shouldn't do it as if you're doing it for doing sake. Fancy you love the Christian just like that. That's why you're doing it. But rather you should do it in a way that you are going to trick them in a way. You get that? So you're doing that for them to believe that you have some love for them, and you are just a normal being just like them, and they should see you as a normal person. And in case they want some franchises or something like that, you see they should give it to you because you. I'll be get to him. So after you've gained the power, then you show them pepper. I'll be get to him. That's exactly what this verse is saying. It says believers should not take disbelievers as guardians instead of the believers, and whoever does so will have nothing to hope for from Allah. So, like, provided what Dr. Lahaji, His Excellency the Vice President, was doing in the video you saw was real. Okay, his addresses, who are the Muslims, are actually not going to take it cool with him. I think in this video you watched, I think the underground voice note was actually indicating that his fellow Muslims are angry with him because he actually was promoting the Christian belief or Christian ideology about Jesus Christ. But I think he himself knows what he's doing. If he's being real, he knows. If he's not being real, he knows. But the Muslims knows for sure that he's committing what is called Taqiyya. I'll be getting to him because he's not doing that just to make the Christians be flattered or something like that, but rather he's doing that for them to be flattered in a way that they can vote for him. And surely after that, he shows them that perhaps he just said that for saying sake because he wanted what power, and that is what the Quran tells him to do. So if he's committing Taqiyya, the Quran says so. I'll be getting to him. Well, if I continue, the Quran says unless it is a precaution against their tyranny. You get that? Against their tyranny. And Allah warns you about himself. And to Allah is the final return. Illa an tataku minhum tukat. Okay, so these are the words that are amalgamated. These are the words that are combined to form the term Taqiyya. The two words, according from Wikipedia, okay, the two words tataku, that is you fear, and tukat, that is in fear. So if you fear or you are in fear, you have to lie. Okay, lie so that you will be you go scot-free. You will not be touched by any harmful thing or something like that by people, or be get to me. Or you have to lie because you want to gain some promotion. You have to gain access to certain place. The moment you get there, then you tell them, you show them that indeed you wanted power. That's exactly why you were acting fancy. You were very much submissive or something like that. That's exactly what their prophet did, Muhammad. Okay, when he fled from Mecca to Yathrib, I'll be get to him, the city where he later renamed as Medina Anabi. I'll be get to him. When he wanted power, he actually acted fancy. He was very submissive and all that, and they accepted him in that country or in that land. And after he had had access to many soldiers, he actually showed them pepper. Okay, he killed the Banu tribe, that is the Banu Kanuka, Banu Nandor, Banu Kureza, and he actually overtook the land. He climbed down, he put down their walls and everything, their forts and everything, and surely he renamed the city after himself, Medina Anabi, city of the prophet. I'll be get to me. And he later came to those that were restricting him or preventing his prophethood and all that, and surely he actually took them by the sword. Do you understand? So that's exactly what, according to this video, the undernote, according to the undervoice, seriously, that's exactly what Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency, the Vice President, is doing. Okay, so if this guy is actually lying, I'm also lying because he understands the Hausa, but with the idea that Muslims do commit Taqiyya, it is true. And the Quran do affirms that. I'm not saying this myself. So if he's indeed a Muslim and is acting some way, we get to know, okay, if you have the eye to see that indeed Muslims do this whenever they want power, and it has happened to a lot of countries. So we shouldn't be reluctant as Christians. We should vote basically on issue. Okay, you shouldn't go by anything fancy. It's my traditional religion, it's my custom, it's my culture, my grandmother, my grandfather, and blah blah. No, if you do this, you're operating on blind faith. You don't know what you're doing. You understand? The moment you go to the booth, the moment you go there to exercise franchise, make sure to do it in a way that will benefit your future generation. I'll be getting with me. I don't think if you're a Christian, you would love for something to happen fancy, something cataclysmic, something that is going to happen in the future fancy. You're not going to be allowed to preach outside there fancy. What I'm doing over here, I'm going to be paused over here because I'm not going to be given the chance to do it, because if I'll be getting with me, if that is conditional. Well, let me end it up here and we continue some other time. According to the Wikipedia, the two words Tataku, that is you fear, and Tukat, that is in fear, are derived from the same root as Taqiyya, and use of the abstract noun Taqiyya in reference to the general principle described in this passage is first recorded in a Quranic clause by Al-Bukhari. So I'm actually not going to read the hadith, and seriously next time I'm actually going to do that. So that is the message from the video to you, and they actually say, okay, I told you there is some political tone under this video you watched. I'll be getting me, and I'm not referencing the political tone, any mockery over that. I'm not in support of any mockery in this video. I'll be getting, forgive me for that, but rather I wanted to just remind you on the idea of Taqiyya, what Muslims do whenever they want power. May God richly bless you. Tag every Islamic channel for me, most especially His Excellency the Vice President of Ghana, who won the flag bearership seat for NPP. I'll be getting to him. Shout out to everybody. May God richly bless you. Shall we meet up here once again? Happy belated birthday to you, Grace Safowadie. And again, happy birthday to you, Inshiraba Mavis. Okay, she has an angelic tone. Whenever she sings, you get to know that perhaps angels are descending from heaven. Well, happy birthday to you. May God richly bless you. May God richly channel more years into your system, and surely you're going to be recommended to everybody. You're going to be recognized by everybody, and you're going to be flourishing on earth, and may it reach out to your descendants, your children, everybody. May God richly bless you. Bye-bye.